All right, so make a motion to accept the agenda for the Scituate Board of Health Monday, February 28th, 2022. This is a Zoom call.
So it's a roll call vote.
Second. So Karen seconds. Karen, how do you vote? Accept the
Yes.
agenda? Okay, and Kelly?
Yes.
And I accept the agenda. Okay, so schedule items. Discuss and vote septic system design hearing 145 RR Glades Road, Morse Engineering, Inc., representing the homeowner, request of installation of septic system requiring local upgrades and variances. So Paul, if you want to just state your name and the title, and then you can go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. I'm Paul Gunn. I'm a design engineer at Morse Engineering, here tonight to represent the applicant for the septic system upgrade at 145 RR Glades Road. The site currently has...
Excuse me, can you just make note that the abutters were notified before you start? Thanks.
Yes, yes. All abutters were notified.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. So the current site sits in an existing single-family dwelling that is served by a cesspool that is considered to be in a state of failure. The site has frontage on an 8-foot right-of-way to the east and is otherwise abutted by residential properties or a town-owned salt marsh. The site generally slopes to the west and is located entirely within a FEMA zone, as well as the 100-foot buffer to a vegetated salt marsh. The proposed project includes the demolition of the existing dwelling and the construction of a new single-family dwelling to replace it. As part of this raise and rebuild, the existing cesspool is going to be abandoned and a new septic installed in its place. The proposed components for the septic would include an H20 rated Hoot H500A secondary treatment tank, a 1,500 gallon H20 monolithic pump chamber, and a 240 square foot pressure dose crushed stone leaching field. We have a breakout barrier proposed along the western end of the leaching field, and the Troy air blower that's required with the Hoot is proposed to be installed above the FEMA floodplain. And this design is very characteristic of the system that was installed a few years ago at 147 R Glades Road, the site to the left of this lot. In regards to the local upgrades that are being requested, we are requesting a reduction from 10 feet to 2.3 feet between a property line and a leaching field. We are also requesting a reduction from 10 feet to 3.3 feet from a septic tank to a property line. And then finally, a reduction from a crawl space to a septic tank from 10 feet to 5.9 feet. These requests were mainly made due to the extremely small size of the lot and the desire to keep the septic leaching field removed from the 50-foot buffer. I can now turn it over to the board for question and comment. I also realize I haven't shared my screen, so I can do that if that would help as well.
Okay. So abutters were notified. Joan, is there anything that we're waiting on, or was it approved?
No, we already reviewed it. We're okay with it. We just had a question about the crawl space. The crawl space is the abutters crawl space, not the crawl space for on the property itself.
Okay. And does this have to be approved by anyone else, or has it?
Conservation. It has to go to conservation.
Okay.
So Paul, I don't know, have you gone to conservation yet?
It's being heard at conservation. I think it's 6:30 tonight.
Okay. Okay.
So it will be pending there, so it would be pending their review and approval.
Okay. All right. Anyone else on the board have any questions on it?
And I guess there was another individual on the line. I don't know if they had any questions or comments. Sarah?
Hi, this is Sarah, although I don't sound like Sarah. This is Bill Murphy. I'm actually the property owner and the applicant, I guess, and I'm using the home iPad, and apparently I'm in as my daughter Sarah.
Okay.
But I guess it's better than being...
If you wanted to say something, you weren't shut out, that's all.
Oh, okay, thank you.
If you want to just state your name and address, and you can just, if you have any questions, you can, or just that, you're on the call, just so it's recorded.
Yeah, sure thing. Actually, it's my wife and I who are the applicants, and she's doing somebody's taxes right now, so she apologizes for not being here. But it's William and Susan Murphy, and we are the owners of 145 RR Glades Road.
Okay. Anyone else on the board have any questions, or Joan, anything else besides, we got the butters and it is going to be
Nope,
tonight?
Nope, we're okay with it. It's an upgrade and needs to be done, so it's fine
All right,
with us.
okay. Kelly, or do you want to make a motion, or do you have the executive
Yeah.
action? Okay,
Yeah, sure. So move to continue, or I'm sorry, to grant the septic repair plan with the following upgrades and variances requested. Request to reduce the required 10-foot setback to 3.3 feet from the septic tank to the property line. To request the reduced required 10-foot setback to 2.3 feet from the SAS to the property line. And request and to grant the request to reduce the required 10-foot setback to 5.9 feet from the septic tank to the crawl space, pending conversation.
okay,
Conservation, sorry.
okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, and Karen, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay, and Kelly?
Yes,
And Doug, I vote yes. All right, so good luck, and that should be as long as conversation has any problems, but that should be all set.
All right, thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Yes,
Have a
thank
good
you.
night. All right, new business,
Not a whole lot.
okay,
No old business, and I can do my report.
all right,
February 28th, 2022. We have 20 sets of plans under 45-day review. We are waiting on 14 as-built. Waiting for engineer revisions on 4 of them, and 7 are waiting conservation review. And we have 22 in failure. So we are starting to see the COVID cases come down in the town. Statewide, the 14-day rate is 2.95%. We are a percentage point higher than that as a town. We are 3.97% town-wide as far as positive tests go. We are still 85% fully vaccinated. The youngest group, 5 to 11s, I believe, are at 64%, somewhere in the mid-60s. Everybody else is 85 or above %. So that's really, really good. Last week, we had 4 cases reported. So they've gone down just as fast as they went up. I mean, back in, I think, the second week of January, we had 105 cases, then 104 cases the week after that, and then 95, 75, and now we're down to 4. So we're definitely going in the right direction. I also submitted the annual report for the Board of Health. I attached that to an email I sent to you earlier today. I just wanted to go over some of the quick highlights of it for it. And I know Kelly knows this, the mask mandate for schools has ended. And it is now mask optional. If any individual wants to wear it, we encourage them to, you know, it's a basically accepted thing right now. I see a lot of people still wearing them around, and it's really good that you don't even think twice when you see it. It's like, yep, okay. You never know what the reason is, you know, it could be a immune system, it could be anything, but it's nice that it's accepted. So when you see someone, you don't get that double take, and you don't get that look because you don't have one on either. So I'm glad to see that. And I believe it's off the school buses too today, right, Kelly?
yes,
It's optional now on the school buses.
correct.
It'll be interesting when people fly, when it does become optional on planes, how many people will still continue to wear them on planes? I bet it's going to be a pretty high number. So with that, I'll just give you a quick update of what we submitted for the Board of Health. We coordinated with Scituate Public School nurses to administer vaccines and second doses 28 days later to all Scituate first responders back in November. We worked with the National Guard to coordinate vaccines for both of the nursing homes in Scituate. We coordinated with the fire department and individuals living in Scituate senior housing to make sure that they got vaccinated. This was all done in January, February, and March. And then in April, it started opening up to different age groups, and we started doing vaccination clinics for those individuals. And then again, 28 days later with the second dose vaccine. So we held 16 COVID-19 clinics in all for first responders and patients and residents of the town. So that's good. We also have a manager of social services who provides direct case management, advocacy, and mental health support to the residents of Scituate. The manager of social services also works collaboratively with the Council on Aging and the Scituate Police Department to help provide mental health support to the population of Scituate. We continue to do our weekly beach testing this year at our 6 public beaches. We also have a food inspector that does over 300 food inspections a year for us this year. We had a return to a lot of our outdoor events. We had a scaled back version of Heritage Day, you might say, down in the harbor. We're looking forward to the parade this year again. That's going to be exciting. So we're looking for the golf tournament on Heritage Day too, Doug, so that'll be good. And then all of the regular seasonal work that, Joan reviews 90% of the plans that come into the office. I do all of the as-built. Teresa does just a tremendous amount of work right at the front of the counter. She's the face of the business or of the department, because she's the first person people see when they come in, and she just does a great job, friendly, courteous. The staff is just great. So hopefully, we'll see COVID continue to lay low, and if anything does happen because of the high vaccination rate and the high exposure rate that everyone's had, we won't go back to that craziness that we were in, but we'll keep our fingers crossed and just keep watching out for it.
Okay.
And that is the director's report for February 28th, the last day of the month.
Okay.
Drew, I have one question for you and one correction on the annual report there. So the question is, when you talk about the number of septic systems in failure, does that include the one that we reviewed tonight too?
Yes, it does.
It does,
It won't
okay.
be
And
out
so
of
they
failure
don't fall
until-
off until
It
it's
won't come
done?
off
or-
of the rolls, right?
Okay, got it.
Once it's
And then-
installed,
Okay,
now it's not there anymore, and then they'll decommission the septic, the pit that was there before, the
Got it.
cesspool.
perfect, thank you. And then just one minor edit on the thing is, can you just, the spelling of my last name?
Is it, did I put two N's?
You put it too many O's. It's Conley,
How many O's did I put in?
2.
Conloy?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's okay. I
All right.
I have to spell it for everybody. So, because there's so many ways to spell Conley, and we have
I
another
know.
Karen
Okay, I'll
Conley
correct that.
in the town, so.
Yeah, mine, I'm just gonna jump on the back of that too. My name's always spelled wrong too with a Y. I'm no Y. I'm an IE.
Did I have a Y on your name?
Yeah, it's okay.
Doug, how's your name?
Hey, Drew, you spelt it right.
Did I put an I where there's supposed to be a Y?
Mine's an easy one too, and everyone I have to spell it for.
I was
but you
gonna,
did it
yours
right.
is the one I probably got right. Okay. All right, we'll correct those.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Any other business?
No, and we do not have any invoices either. I
Okay.
believe I asked permission a week ago or so. We
Yep.
haven't had anything since.
Okay. Do we have to take a
Approve the
motion? on-
minutes.
No, but we don't have to approve the director's report, right?
No,
Okay.
that
All right,
comes
so-
underneath the minutes.
Okay, so make a motion to accept the meeting minutes for Monday, January 31st, 2022. Do I have a second?
I'll second and I'll say yes.
Okay, And that's Karen, yes, and Kelly?
Yes.
And I say yes, Doug. So that's it on the approvals and nothing else. So with that, make a motion to adjourn the meeting of Scituate Board of Health for Monday, February 28th, 2022. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, and Kelly, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Karen?
Yes.
And Doug is a yes. So without that, I guess that's it. Does that, he'll
That's
just stop
great.
it?
No.
You're good to go, my
good.
friend. You are all
So-
All right.
set. Wonderful
While
meeting.
I have you all still on, though, I think this will probably be our last Zoom meeting. Seth, I don't know what the plan is now that the masks mandates are gone.
You have until July to figure that out on your
Yeah.
own. If you want to
So-
continue going remote, do so. If you want to meet in person, you can do
So
that.
that's up to you guys. How do you guys want to do it? And this is just doesn't matter. It's just informal because. So you guys can figure it out. It doesn't bother me one way or the other.
I'm happy to do whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way.
Me too.
I can add this, is that it's mixed across the board. I would say it's
Yeah.
probably like 70% enjoy the Zoom, meaning they can stay at home and make this happen. But at certain times, they're like, well, maybe we should get together. So
Do you want to just do the month of March and then start April live, guys?
Okay, yeah, you can announce that at the next meeting then, Doug.
Okay,
All right?
all right,
Okay,
all right.
thank
thanks,
you,
guys.
everyone.
Have a good night.
Thanks,
Thanks.
everybody. Have a
Bye.
good night. Take care.
Bye.